Today is pretty special. We are going to be attending a creative summit. And, as somebody who's been very interested in creativity for a long time, it's going to be really interesting to see what the speakers have to say. There's going to be quite a few keynote speakers that are well known in the area of creativity. We're here at the Nordana conference center. And it's a beautiful location. This is where we're going to be hearing talks from some of the creative thought leaders, but also we'll have an opportunity to kind of learn a little bit about some of the creative companies here, the companies that do marketing, advertising, design, art, all of the above. So.
At work. If you agree, stand up. If you disagree, please dare to be honest and remain seated. I see at least 5 people who dare to be honest in this room. Or we just have a very positive and engaged crowd. Alright, second one. I can decide where and when I work myself. And Sweden is quite well known for the work-life balance. So the entire list, which is not this one by the way, this is just a small snapshot, consists of about 110 pioneers, of which we visited now almost 70, and traveling around the world to visit them, to learn from them, and to share whatever we come across through our blog and through presentations.
I'm here with Stefania, who we just did a really awesome presentation about artificial intelligence. I wanted to ask you a few questions about it. So
the study where we analyzed if like smart toys and connected toys like my friend Kayla are influencing our persuasive toward kids. What we found is that the doll, actually, the connected toy, would be more persuasive at convincing kids to change their opinion, especially when it came to moral questions. It's also very important to see how these devices could have the opportunity to change the system of beliefs of kids. The children would treat the device as a toy, but they were intrigued by the fact that the toy could talk. I think it shows like the early stages of how much kids are exploring their relationship with these new devices. So we built this platform called Cognimates, which is intended for kids of 7 to 10 years old to learn about machine learning and AI by programming and building programs. Kids can learn everything from sentiment analysis, computer vision, program different things like Cosmo and Alexa and Jibo, program their lights with Hue lights or Wemo. So they can teach the computer how to recognize cats versus dogs, or kids would do like Kirby's versus Superman, all sorts of things. So allowing them to understand hands-on how do you train an AI model, but afterwards, how do you use it in a project, right? Like I would make a game where when I show a cat, it gives me points, but you could actually make a rock, paper, scissors game that is playing with you with the webcam and recognizes your gestures, and you could see how the game gets better over time. The more I'm teaching it, the more I'm playing the game, the better it becomes. Most interesting results we get when they train a model and then they try to confuse it, right? So they would train a model to recognize dogs and sunglasses, and then they would try to confuse it by showing it a picture with dogs wearing sunglasses and all sorts of things. Or they would say, oh, it recognizes your hand for rock, paper, scissors, but not my hand because it's a different color. Because once they train a model, they can see when it works and when it doesn't and why. So I think that's a very important skill.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We should get some food.
Okay, so I'm here with Bengt and Harry, and they've been having a pretty interesting discussion just about a school in Uganda.
I met a person in Skellefteå who lived in Uganda, but he had to leave because of political reasons. He told me about a school that his father started in Uganda, Kampala, and it touched me, and I went down there to see if this was a true story or if it was a valid case. And I said to him, if it is, I'm going to help you with the project. So I went down there over the weekend and I just fell in love with this whole thing. The doctors, lawyers, people have come through the school and really it was famous. But then money went down in the country and the school really fell apart. And now the passion is to bring it back to what it was and even better. So we're trying to raise £500,000 to do it. We're gonna open up the big space in the center, tear down some houses and bring some buildings back into good condition.
So basically Bengt was showing me some pictures of the amazing work that he had done, and one of the things they were currently raising money for was actually to put a new roof on one of the buildings, and he told me it raised half of the money. So I said, like, well, we will contribute the other 50%. So very delighted to actually help Bengt in this project, because at New EdTech we're all about education, giving opportunities to teachers and students, and trying to give back to the less fortunate people that don't have it as good as us in Sweden. And really, it's kind of at the core of what New EdTech does, like giving back to the community, charity, volunteering, those kind of things. And we're very passionate about education, so we think this is a perfect opportunity for us to actually give back to the community and give an opportunity for these kids to be educated.
And I know he's a good guy. I didn't know he was that good. So I'm really happy. I actually started crying. I had to go outside to not make myself too foolish for the people. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I'm hoping that we're going to have an opportunity to go and see what the school is like.
Right.
What do you think?
In September, yeah, let's do it.
So
awesome.
you're going
in September.
You're going in September?
I am. I'm going to go in September. Are you going to go in September?
I don't know.
Okay.
Am I going to go?
Yep.
I've just heard a really great talk from Anna Plazjaski.
Yep.
And it was about smart materials, and I wanted to ask her a little bit about, well, how do you get into smart materials? Like, what kind of background do you need?
Part of it is understanding the fundamental chemistry of what is making these materials move in response to these stimuli. And the other half is understanding, well, what's the design, what's the engineering, how am I going to actually make this material that's doing this one thing into a whole structure that is going to do something different, something useful. Thank you.
Really
Pleasure
appreciate
to
it.
talk to you.
Pretty good conference, actually. What do you think?
Oh, that's a lovely day for afternoon.
It's pouring right now. That's the film car.
And today we have customers in over 70 countries around the world. Some of the companies that we work with are, for example, Intel, Lenovo, those kind of companies that sell touchscreens combined with our software to resellers or to schools. So yeah, we have a bunch of different activities here. If you guys want to play around with it, we have a pool table, we have arcade machines, pinball machines, gaming consoles. If you guys want to play with the foosball or virtual reality, please feel free.
Really fortunate to be able to be in Skellefteå during this time when they have the Creative Summit. I really enjoyed some of the research that was presented. I'm always interested in the research side because it always opens up new possibilities. I also like, some of the high-level thinking of where things are going in terms of the world of work. We're often asking the question in education, where is the world of work going? And so this was an opportunity to explore that in a little bit more detail. I also met Peter, who was a fellow YouTuber, and we talked a little bit about our respective channels, and he's got this channel with like 30,000 subscribers. He does like Counter-Strike, Go. It was really cool. Normally I only meet fellow YouTubers at conferences like VidCon, where it's just all YouTubers, but this was one of those conferences where we had people from many different backgrounds, some from the arts background, some from the media, advertising, marketing background, and so this is a good opportunity to meet with so many different people. It was really exciting to hear the big news of the promotion of this school in Uganda. That's pretty big news, and so it was exciting that it was announced here at the show as well. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified when new videos come out, click the bell.